Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 2 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, yay! I get to celebrate myself for another day in a row, which is kind of seriously a new concept for me. Sometimes I kind of feel weird about it, like I'm gonna end up all cocky and conceited at the end of this. I have no idea. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that God is trying to tell me to celebrate myself so I can be a cocky, conceited person. I think it's more of a way to help build self-esteem, to help me see myself the way that God sees me, help me um, to help me see all the good things in myself, to love myself, to learn how to love myself, to appreciate myself, and the gifts and the talents and things that I have and the things that I can do for other people. So I think this is a good thing. Still kind of adjusting to it. I did choose to today share my video from yesterday on social media, and I shared it with my siblings and suggesting they join with me. So in my little celebrating. So today my choice to celebrate was to celebrate my unconventional way of being a mom. I guess that's the best way to put it. But today being Mother's Day, I just figured that was a really easy thing to celebrate being a mom because, hey, other people will celebrate with me, right? And random people I don't even know. When I was going to church today, some guy rode by his bike. He's like, "Happy Mother's Day," and was at the gas station last night, and some random dude was like, "Happy Mother's Day," and it was really nice that they're wishing me a Happy Mother's Day, and they don't know me, they don't even know if I have kids or anything else like that. They're just celebrating the fact that I'm a woman, and maybe I should be celebrating that today. I'm not. Anyway, maybe that's something else I need to celebrate another day. But I just really appreciated that, and of course, church we all got treats, and I should not have eaten mine. I really should not have. Um, I They passed out cheesecake, and they had strawberries and cheesecake, and I ate the strawberries, which was okay, but then I ate the cheesecake, which was not okay because I started to feel sick before I even finished eating it. Um, I can't have dairy. I know better, but it tastes so good. It's just not good after it goes down. Anyway, my bad choice today. But I had some interesting experiences today that kind of relate to being a mom. I guess in my mind, it relates to being a mom. But I chose to call my kids today, which was nice. And my daughter, of course, wished me Happy Mother's Day. And my son did not, which was okay. I didn't even remind him that it was Mother's Day. I didn't figure that was my job, and I'm not going to force it out of him. But made plans to do with them, upcoming plans, so that's kind of cool. But I figured I wanted to celebrate myself as a mother being kind of an unconventional thing, or ways that I can be a mom without having kids living with me. Because that's never, I mean, I did have kids live with me at one point when I was married to my ex, but they're they were his kids, so I'm the stepmom. I still see them as my kids because they're the only kids I've had. So I still refer to them as my kids, which is awesome, but they don't live with me. So my being a mom is very unconventional. And for me, I always grew up thinking my goal in life was to get married and be a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted to have a whole bunch of kids. And that is something that has not happened for me in my life. So for me, I think every year for Mother's Day, especially when I go to church and I see other people with their kids and their babies and their families, and they have everything that I always wanted and I haven't had. It hasn't worked out for me. I was super excited when I was married and it all worked out and I had, built-in family. I had all the kids already. It was awesome. And then it all fell apart. And then it was even worse to see other people with their happy little families. But I realized now that was just me being jealous because I was so focused on what I didn't have instead of focused on what I do have and focused on what I can do and what I can give. So today I had opportunities to share with other people, to uplift other people, to which I think is what moms do. They reach out, they make you feel better about yourself, they remind you of your value. They teach you things. They teach you how to love yourself. They teach you how to take care of yourself. They encourage you to try and do things to better yourself. So these are qualities that I have, that I can use, that I can do. And today in church, someone was sharing So I met someone at church today, and she was sharing about her issues with her biological mom. I don't know that she has any adopted moms, but I kind of whispered to her and said I could talk to her later about it. But I'm like, I have similar issues with my biological mom. And so I was able to share some of my things with her. I just sent her a text message, and we kind of chatted back and forth a little bit today, and hopefully we'll chat some more in the future. She was telling me she has a lot to learn, and I'm like, I know I have a lot to learn too, but it was really nice that I could share something with her to be uplifting, and that she's was willing to look to me and be like, oh, you've been through this, you understand what I'm going through. She's like, I need to learn, I want to get together with you so I can learn. And so it kind of I don't know if I'm quite old enough to be her mom. I don't know how old she is, but I'm pretty sure there's a pretty good age gap there between us. So I was like, I have an adopted mom, that's someone that just took me in at church and said, hey, we're just going to adopt you. And that's, Mom Shoemaker. And I love her and appreciate her for that. And, she and Dad Shoemaker call me sweet girl, which I love that. So it just, it kind of made me feel like I had an opportunity to do the same, to kind of adopt this sister at church and just kind of, take her under my wing and be like, it's okay. I know what you're struggling with. I know what you're dealing with, and I'm here for you. And not that I offered to be her adopted mom or anything, but I had that feeling. I had that sense that I could do something like that. And it made me feel good to recognize that I have those gifts as a mom, that I can share that with other people, that I was doing things like a mom, even though not in a conventional way, not like biologically linked to someone, but I could still be a mom. I could still, talk to my daughter, and she was telling me she wanted to paint something, and then asking for suggestions, and then wanting to put it on speakerphone so she could tell me what she's doing while she's drawing, and can't wait to show me her drawings. And it just made me feel really good to be a mom, that she's wishing me happy Mother's Day. And I know I'm not going to get whatever she's drawing. She hasn't drawn something for me in a while, but I have a lot of her other drawings, and she's becoming quite a little artist. I love my daughter. So it was really sweet that she's telling me what she's drawing and trying to describe it over the phone to me, which is just, really awesome. And then, of course, she's super excited to spend time with me and do stuff. And my son's the same. He's like, can we do this? Can we do that? And I'm like, let me see. We can work this out. So it just reminded me that I'm needed, and that I am a mom, just not in the the traditional sense of being a mom. But I can celebrate that I do it differently. Because I think most things in my life I do differently. I don't do things the normal way. I don't follow a regular schedule. I try, and I can't do it. It's just not me. It's not who I am, and that's okay. I do what works for me, and I make do with, I make the best out of what I can, out of whatever random crazy situation that I have. So maybe there's more that I could do as far as being a mom to my kids, even though they don't live with me. But I do what I can to let them know that I still love them, that I care. And it's just fun to know that they still want to spend time with me. And I'm going to take that as long as I possibly can, the joys of being a mom, but also having the opportunity to share some of those things, to take someone else, under my wing and help them out, even though, they're an adult. My adopted parents took me in as an adult. So I can see that it's an opportunity for me to give back, to share what I've learned. And then tonight I was talking to my sister on the phone, and she called, and she's been struggling with some things lately. And we had this random, conversation. She didn't want to talk for very long because she was just struggling with some things. So I shared with her that I'm working on celebrating things, and that I celebrated my mistakes yesterday, because by making mistakes, it means that I'm living my life. And she really liked that. I think it was like a little aha moment for her. And I invited her to do 100 days of celebrating herself along with me. And so I was like, she could start tomorrow or today or whatever. And then just randomly things popped into my head. I told her she could celebrate how wonderful her hair is, her beautiful hair. And she's like, oh, I like that, because I love my hair. I'm jealous of my sister's hair. Trust me, it's gorgeous. She's got, it's fine like mine, but it's thick. There's a lot of it. And it's like blonde and gorgeous, and it just kind of flows right off of her, and it's just beautiful. I am super jealous. I did not get that hair. I did not get that hair at all. So we probably spent like 10 minutes talking about hair and celebrating how wonderful my sister's hair is over the phone. And again, I think that's another kind of a mini mom moment, because she is my baby sister. And it was just a way to uplift her, to encourage her, to celebrate herself. And hopefully that would help with things that she's struggling with. If she focuses on something positive about herself, celebrate something about herself. And so, and I can't remember, we were having a conversation and I was saying that I could have changed it instead of celebrating to some other word, and I don't remember the other word I used, because I'm not like having a party and celebrating, but I'm I don't know, focusing on things that I'm good at, or things that I like about myself. So, but even my sister said that she liked the word celebrating better, and I like the word celebrating too, because I don't know, it seems more like it's a party. It's an uplifting thing. It's something to um, be proud of, to be grateful for, to share with the world and be like, hey, check this out. We're having a party. We're celebrating. This is an amazing thing, instead of just, oh, I have a talent. Not that, oh, I have a talent isn't a good thing either, but I don't know. It's just, anyway, so don't remember the other word. Guess it doesn't matter, because I felt impressed to celebrate myself. And this is a way that I could celebrate myself today, to look over my life and all the people that have come into my life. I had an old roommate that I always called my sister. She ended up being like my third cousin, but I always called her my sister, and then like her names. It was just always fun. I still would call her that, but I helped her out when she was living with me, and I've done that a lot in my life with different people that have come in and out of my life, that have lived with me, that I've been able to just be a friend, be a mentor, be a mom. And other people have done that for me too. And so I think without realizing it, I've done a lot of things that a mom would do, just not in the conventional, traditional sense of being a mom. So I don't know. I feel like I'm celebrating more the idea of motherhood, and maybe someday I will have biologically have children of my own. Maybe I never will, but I am grateful that I can still find other ways in which I can use gifts and talents of a mom, that I can teach and uplift and encourage and inspire other people, including through these videos. I hope in some way that it's kind of uplifting and inspiring. Things that, setting a good example, things that moms would do. And I can do all of those things just like a mom, even if I don't have biological children or conventional, traditional children. So I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll celebrate the fact that I'm a woman and I've got 98 days to go. I have no idea what I'm celebrating for the rest of my 98 days. But I realize as I'm doing this thing, I'm celebrating motherhood, that it could be womanhood as well. But I think there's a distinction, a difference. I'm not entirely sure what that is. But my focus today, because it was Mother's Day, was on that, and was feeling grateful to be a mom, even though it's not in the traditional sense, even though only my daughter remembered to wish me a happy Mother's Day. It's not like I got a bunch of Mother's Day cards, but my sweet sister-in-law sent me a text message and told me what a great mom I am, and what a great aunt I am to my nephews, and how much she loves and appreciates me, and all of these little little things. Just a reminder that I don't have to be the traditional mom to be a mom, to feel like I'm a mom, or to celebrate that I have qualities like a mom. So it made this Mother's Day so much different from all the ones I've had in the past, to let go of expectations as to what I think a traditional mom should get, or how a traditional mom should be celebrated, or having other people telling me Happy Mother's Day and feeling depressed and discouraged because I don't have kids in a traditional sense, or even Mother's Day because I didn't always get along with my biological mom, and things like that. It's just kind of realizing that it's my expectations of what Mother's Day is supposed to be, or how I'm supposed to be celebrated, or wanting all the little cards and the gifts and the stuff from the kids, and that may never happen in my life, but I have lots of people that love me, and I have lots of people that I can share, that I can share with, that I can uplift, that I can take under my wing and encourage and inspire to do better. And I have lots of opportunities for that in my life. And I've had lots of opportunities for that in my life. Um, so I just decided today to focus on that instead. And it made this Mother's Day so much better. I felt so much more at peace and so much happier with myself and who I am today and how I am as a mother, and realizing, yeah, I can reach out to my kids more, even though they don't live with me. I can, and I have made plans to do stuff with them in the near future. So I'm excited about that too. So it's good for me to know moving forward that I am a mom. I can celebrate that I'm a mom. I can tell people that I'm a mom. I'm just not a mom in the traditional sense or the conventional sense, however you want to put it. But I don't do anything in the traditional sense or the conventional sense. So expecting myself to be that kind of a mom was just kind of ridiculous, putting myself in a box and then being disappointed and discouraged because I didn't have I didn't fit in the picture perfect little box. And then, of course, there's the reality that most people don't actually fit in the picture perfect box. The picture perfect box is just an illusion. And it looks pretty from the outside, but it's all distorted and convoluted on the inside. And you never know what's actually going on the inside. And everyone has their different struggles in life. And so, whatever we view as traditional may or um, may or may not be traditional. I don't know. Um, anyway, that's kind of my not really lost my train of thought, just not really sure how to say that. I'm like, okay, people may have the traditional, married and kids and family, but their life may still be chaotic and crazy and full of all kinds of trials and struggles that I don't have to deal with because I'm not in that situation. But I have all kinds of trials and struggles I have to deal with, some of which because I'm not in that situation. So everyone has their struggles, but we can all be, I guess women can all be a mom in some sense. Um, and I'm really grateful for that. I had my sister, adopted sister, tonight at dinner, because I went to my parents' house for dinner tonight. She was sharing something that a friend of hers put on Facebook, I think, and it had something to do with about being single and not having children, but having people wish her a happy Mother's Day, and that in doing so, she doesn't feel like offended or sad because she doesn't have children of her own, or maybe just a little bit, but she's happy where she's at in her life. But she's grateful to be wished a happy Mother's Day because she does have that divine nature, that ability to procreate, to have children at some point. And um, and I think something in that little quote talked about that just by nature of being a woman, that having that divine nature, she should be celebrated as having the potential of becoming a mother, because it is part of her divine nature. And so that her divine nature demands that she be celebrated as a mother or celebrated in her motherhood or something to that effect. I know I'm butchering that quote entirely. But I know it had something to do with like divine nature, and being a mother is is divine. I think it's something that's God given. It's something that's built in to us as women. Doesn't always work out for a lot of women. Sometimes our hearts don't work the way they're supposed to. Sometimes our relationships don't work the way that they're supposed to. And some women just choose to not have children, which to me I think is just the saddest thing, that they would deny themselves the opportunity to be a mom, but they just don't feel like they're worthy or can handle it for whatever reason. I don't know, but it's I'm just grateful to know that I could maybe still be biologically be a mom someday, but also grateful that I can celebrate being a mom in an unconventional way. Um, and it just made me feel better about myself, and grateful for the reminder that I do have a divine nature. I am a daughter of God, and I do um, have that built-in design to be a mom, and I can celebrate that part of myself, which I I mean, like I said, I didn't have like a party or anything, but I let myself eat cheesecake, which was a bad idea because my body doesn't like it. And of course, I went and had dinner with my family tonight with my parents and my sister, and it was fun. It was nice to go be able to do that, and it was nice to talk to my little sister and encourage her to do something. It just made me feel good about myself to uplift and reach out to other people. Because that's what moms do. I feel like that's what moms do. So I just feel like God just gave me opportunities to feel like a mom today, to be like a mom today, because today is Mother's Day, and I wanted to celebrate being a mom. So God gave me opportunities to do that today. So I'm very grateful for that. I just feel very blessed and very loved. And I really appreciate that. And I also am learning that I can be a mom to myself. There's a psychology thing. They talk about like parenting your inner child, because when you grow up and you have traumatic experiences, you have parts of you that just get stuck in like a freeze state at different stages or ages in your life. And you can go back and parent that child within you and help them to feel better, to grow and develop, to catch up with the rest of you. So, I can do that for myself too. I can remind myself that, hey, this is what I need to do or not need to do. And even tonight I was recognizing that like I'm trying to like flip channels or trying to find something to watch. I'm like, I just don't really feel like watching anything. I'm like, well, duh, it's because I'm tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I just need to go to bed. I need to take care of myself. I don't need to force myself to stay awake like I normally do. I still stayed up later than I should have, but I'm going to bed earlier than I normally would. And I did, I wrote in my journal and I shared a bunch of things about my day today. It's just been amazing. And I just feel very, very blessed and very grateful to be a mom and to be able to celebrate that today and to have it be, of course, on Mother's Day. It's just the perfect day to do that. So, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and happy Mother's Day to all the unconventional and untraditional mothers or women that don't have children, but they can still mother those around them and uplift and bless their lives. So happy Mother's Day to all of us. And if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I would also encourage you to find ways to celebrate yourself today. And I hope that you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe do some writing.